Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Eden Zero, Chapter 37. When we last left off, the real Homura showed up. We found out that the male Homura was a spy from the Galactic Intelligence Agency named Amira, who had got the idea from of the character design from Homura's own thoughts, which was a thing that happened. So now Homer and Amira are doing battle. Meanwhile, Shiki versus Jamilov kind of started at the end of last week. And that's really it. So let's jump right on into Chapter 37. Before that, though, just a reminder, I have my Spring 2019 Anime Review Straw Poll in the description down below. So go fill that out. Let me know what you want to see me review this season. Or next season, I should say. That's starting next week. Though the review won't be... The poll will be open until the 15th, of course, like last time. Anyway, let's jump right on into Chapter 37, which is titled Great Kaiju Shiki. Our cover picture is of Shiki being horizontal in Blue Garden thanks to his ether gear. So we open where we left off with Homura and Amira, the Galactic Intelligence Agency. You are a government spy. So like the cat's out of the bag. You are pursuing that man with the scythe? Jamilov is just a stepping stone. My real target is his boss, Draken Joe, the most evil man in the Sakura cosmos. So there's the thing. So we know there are the 6 galactic warlords and all that. So when Amira calls Draken the most evil man in the Sakura cosmos, does that mean that he is the worst out of all 6? Or if the other members are all in different cosmoses. Is that a word? Is cosmoses the plural of cosmos? You know what I mean. Still, we'll have to wait and see on that going forward. Anyway, I was this close to infiltrating Joe's inner circle, but now I'm going to have to find some other way. Was there any need for you to impersonate me? Hello? A spy can't use her own account when she's undercover. I could have used anybody. I just happened to find an account with lousy security. You mean me? Still, it was a shock to learn Jessie knows you. Oh, so Jessie thought that was Homura. But Homura sounds shocked. Oh, just talking to myself. Anyway, so hold on, let's think about that though. So that would mean that Homura is still up to something then, right? Because Jessie talked as if Homura was up to something, unless Jessie was talking as Amira to Amira. Or knew he was talking to Amira. That might have been what's going on. Anyway, Amira gets her gun and points it at Homura. Now that you know my true identity, I can't let you live, can I? And Homura readies her blade. So sorry. You could have stayed quietly in your cell. And she shoots. Then you wouldn't have had to die. But Homura blocks it with her laser sword. So Amira just keeps firing, and Homura keeps deflecting it. Guns are useless against. But the horse thing stops right in its tracks. I think it was shot in the leg. And Homura is sent flying from the little horse thing. Wah! And she rolls on the ground, and Amira laughs. And Homura gets on her feet, and Amira just keeps riding away. Bye-bye now. And then she cocks her gun again. Psych. And the gun transforms into a sniper rifle. Sniper mode. And she aims it right at Homura. Now it really is goodbye. And she shoots, and the bullet goes. But Homura deflects it again. With a lot more effort this time. And sends it right back at Amira. No way! Nobody could hit it directly back at this distance. But then she vanishes. I'm assuming she logged out right then. She vanished? Yeah, she logged out, and she's in a little VR pod, and the pod opens and she sits up. That was close. If I had logged out even a second later, and she starts to climb up. But that's okay. No one will ever catch the real me. And what is going on with her face? What is that about? Okay. She's got some weird shit going on with her face. Don't know why. That'll, I imagine, will get revealed later on, I hope. Anyway, back with Homura. She has fled. And then we cut back to the town of Krista, where Shiki and Jamilov are still going at it. And then we cut back to the Hermit and the rest of the crew watching the battle. And Hermit speaks up. If he's using cheats, then we need to use cheats of our own. The same thing she said last week. What? Of course. And why is of course the cheater? What a brilliant idea. Pino is also happy to cheat, but Rebecca has her pride as a gamer. No, we can't. I do live streaming of games too, and cheats are the worst. I am 100% against it. We'll get flamed. Is that worse than dying? But you aren't live streaming this game, so I believe we have nothing to worry about. That's not the point. I may not be very good, but I do consider myself a gamer. Just hearing the word cheat makes me physically ill. Rebecca, stop losing your pride. But Wise speaks up. Or stop holding on to your pride so desperately. What it all boils down to is, heh, and Wise turns back into his main body. It's my turn. You're you again. And he leans over Rebecca. I don't consider myself a gamer. And I think if the other guy's cheating, there's nothing wrong with us cheating too. Grr. I mean, it sounds reasonable, but if we use cheats, we'll get banned. And Wise just walks off. I got no attachment to this planet, so I'm okay with it. Oh, and he's using his ether gear to mess with shit. Let's get this party started. Analyzing code. And then we cut back to Shiki's fight, and Jamilov giving him a kick across the face. Hey, come on, kid, what's wrong? And Shiki gets sent flying, and he lands on the wall and lunges at Jamilov. Magimac attack! Gravity fist! And he launches a punch, and Jamilov's blown back a little bit. I rewrote the program. Do you really think anything you do can hurt me? Baha! Program? And Rebecca's freaking out now. Don't tell me he gave himself infinite health! He's immortal! And Pino turns over to Wise. Mr. Wise, couldn't you just turn off his invincibility? I'm working on it, but this code is too damn complicated. And Hermit speaks up. You don't know the first thing about programming, do you? And that pisses Wise off. I operate my ether gear by feel, okay? I can figure it out, by feel! You haven't yet. You little... Still, guess what? I want to get the Scytheman out of here too, so I'm going to help you out. But I'm going to use your account to run the cheat. In other words, I will be completely fine and you're the one who will be banned. Fine by me. If you can do it, then go ahead. Is that even possible? Is the same thing Scytheman is doing. That's why he doesn't get banned. Every time he cheats, another player gets banned instead. Okay, so Jamilov was just blowing off steam when way back at the beginning of the arc when he talked about, what was the line? Don't tell me. He's one of the special players. He's just a really good cheater. He's a fucking liar. Okay. Every time he cheats, another player gets banned instead. That's terrible. In a world of data, programming is the most powerful weapon. It can do anything. First, I will undo the Mr. Scythe's invincibility. And Jamilov can tell what's happened right then as he freaks out. Then I will multiply Shiki's stats and turn him into a monster. And Shiki has become the great kaiju of the chapter title and just slams Jamilov into the ground. And everyone just looks on in shock. Jamilov is grimacing in pain, coughing up blood. Shiki only just now notices what's happened. Did you really think you could beat me at programming? And that's the end. This is the Crunchyroll release, so we don't get a next time or a chapter title for next week. So I don't know what next week is called. But this was a great chapter. I don't think Jamilov is going to die here. I don't think Shiki would kill Jamilov. I also just think it's really weird. The whole, the players dying Digitalis thing is not a thing that should be brought up that much because it's just kind of dumb. Why would anyone play this game if that's a rule? But anyway, yeah, the chapter is really good. We have just a taste of how badass Homura is as she starts deflecting the bullets. We have another mystery with Amira. right after we found out that she was Amira, not Homura, we get this new mystery with her like weird fucking face, and I don't quite know what it means that that's the real her. Maybe that's like a robot of Amira, and I don't know. I have no idea. But I don't think we should know yet because there is not the information to tell us. Anyway, the Shiki Jamilov fight, I don't think is quite over, but I think it'll be over early next chapter. You know, it might even be over here as Jamilov realizes he's been beat and then just like retreats rather than like get killed by Shiki. That's actually what I'm gonna say is gonna happen next week. Like in the first few pages, Jamilov will get up and be like, "Fuck out of here! I'm gonna die. I can't use my cheats, so I'm leaving." And then he's gonna leave. We'll probably actually see him meet Draken next chapter. That's my theory. But yeah, seeing Hermit as this programming goddess, that's cool to see. I think I don't think the arc is going to end next chapter, though. I think there's still going to be a few chapters, at least one or two, focusing on getting Hermit to lead Digitalis and joining, the Eden Zero. I don't know how she's going to do that, given that her helping Shiki here is not based in a respect for Shiki or the Demon King. It's based on not liking Jamilov. So I don't know what's going to happen to make her want to leave Digitalis or even agree to leave Digitalis. But that we'll all see next week. But beyond that, that's really all I have to say for this week's chapter. So I hope you all enjoyed the chapter and the video. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or do whatever the fuck you want. I don't really care. Felt my drop down below, actually. That's what you should do. And as always, people, keep kicking ass, and I'll see you in the future. Bye!